Hey guys, Jeff with Wisconsin RC Construction. Had a little update for you guys on the Cat Telehandler. I posted up a little questionnaire yesterday, see if you guys had any questions. Nobody had anything. Hit me up if you got anything. I'd be more than happy to share any information that I got. Let's get this thing turned around and show you what I got to work with. So right here we have the Cat from Bruder. It's a little telehandler. I know RC Modders has done this, and he uses his own design of a 3D printed N20 motor on all four corners. Uses one steering servo to get it to turn, and I think he uses the stock steering on the inside as well. I'm going a little bit different. Let's flip this over. I'm actually using WPL axles on this thing. They are pretty much the same width. It's going to look pretty good. I'll be using some WPL version 1 hard tires. I may switch out to 2. I'm not sure yet. But it will add the look that I'm trying to achieve on this. I do have the drive in there as well. So here is 2 N20 gear reduction motors, and they are series together into a little 30 amp little heat trunk ESC that you can find on like Amazon and eBay. The battery that I'll be having to use for this is fairly small. Right now I'm using my little FlySky remote battery. That's like a 1500 milliamp battery, if I believe, so I may be able to fit something a little larger in there. Probably not a whole much, as long as I keep it pretty much to about this same size battery. So this thing does move and drive. Let me get it set to its side real quick. Here we go. The trailer can hold it up real quick. Let me get it. There we go. So this thing does drive. Kind of annoying. The gear reduction motors will always make some noise. I did get a new radio for this, so this one is running on the FlySky i6S. This will give me 10 channels that I'm needed. Right now I'm 5 deep in. So I have the steering servo for the front axle already installed up front, so that will move the front axle. I'm working on the back. I do have the back wired in, and I do have it on a mix, so it is actually moving. It'll be moving in the same direction. So I will get that nice and tight turning radius. I do have lights installed on this already, and I can get those flipped on. That's just going to be on one of these little micro switches, and I do have some in the rear as well. So like I said, this thing does drive. The rear axle's just a little on the loose side because I'm still trying to figure out how am I going to get this into the rear end of this thing, get it mounted and all wired up. But it does move under its own power. Let's get this flipped around. There we go. So I will be working on finishing this up. I have some parts that are being 3D printed right now to get the lift arm working and all of those different components to get it to work the way I need it to do. It looks like I'll be using about 8 to 9 channels roughly to get that complete. It's a wide lens. There we go. How about I try that? There we go. I'll get my finger out of the way for you guys. So we will be using about 8 channels, 8 to 9 channels. There is 10 available on this. I don't think I'll be using all 10, but I will be getting the cab wired in for a light. My oldest actually thinks a little light bar that I have will actually work really good for this thing too. So we'll see. It does fit the top profile of the cab, so we'll see how it looks. See if I can get all the wires hidden. I will have enough channels to get all of that wired in 3 separate lighting functions differently for you guys on this one. So like I said, I'm just waiting on a whole bunch of 3D printed parts. That will also include the 3D printed parts for, let's turn this around, the trailer that I got printed. Yes, this is a 3D printed trailer. This file I got off of Thingiverse. This was from Robert Waring. He is on the site as well. I do have some other things like the top decking for it, and I'm just waiting on, I have the ramps. I'm waiting on the nose piece for this, the jacks, and a few other small odds and ends that didn't come in the package. I got a buddy shipping those out to me. This is really nice. This is actually running on a Lego tire set. So these are actually Lego tires. They say Lego right on them. Let's see if I can, there we go. Lego! Lego, if you guys don't know, is actually the largest tire manufacturer in the world. Surprisingly or not, they make more tires than Goodyear. Cool little fun fact. But yeah, this thing is coming along very nice. My kids love it. I will be probably getting 2, maybe 3 of these trailers. I'm not sure. We'll see. I do like them. They look really good behind the ram. They'll work really good to pull the Telehandler, the Bobcats, and all of that other equipment. Get that remote turned off. It's beeping at me now. There we go. That'll get the rest of that stuff all squared away and be able to let me carry everything that I need to. The generator actually does look pretty good on it. I will be starting to tear into the generator. I have the power supply for it. I did finish up the wire spool. I have to trim up some of the wood edging that I have on it so I can make it look really good. And then it's just a lot of little bits of wire. That'll just be some connections. I'm going to order up a power, like a little power converter, or I don't want to say power converter, but it'll basically take 20 or 12 volts DC down to 7 volts DC, so I can actually run other smaller equipment. I'm looking at getting a trommel. That's a long-term project that I have in the works right now, and it'll probably run some lights, and it's going to run a conveyor belt or 2 actually. So that'll be put to really good work. I'm going to try to fit a big 12 volt, I think 7 amp hour lead acid battery in there, maybe larger. I got a 14 sitting around here. I'll actually see if it'll fit. The charging circuit board actually should charge a 14 amp hour lead acid, so it should maintain that. So this way we could run that completely disconnected from 120, and it'll just be its own extra large generator. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. And as again, keep working on your stuff, guys. Check you later.